Welcome everybody to Tectonic Takes. We have a really special edition. I'm your regular co-host Fabian Rankel, and I'm here with Ivan Ornelas. And we actually have a really special guest along for today. Andres, how you doing?
Hi guys, it's a pleasure to have this meeting. Always it's nice for me to get in touch with Quakes fans. So let's gonna have a nice conversation.
All right. Yeah, so this is a special presentation done by the Beautiful Game Network. We want to thank them for always putting us on. And we just brought Andres on to talk a little bit about some soccer. I know the Quakes aren't doing so well right now, but we came on to talk about them and then maybe talk about una parrillada or something, you know.
Sounds good.
All right. Ivan, what you got for us?
All right, so I'm just going to obviously Quakes fans, you love you on this Imperiale, but here's a quick refresher of what you have accomplished so far in your career. I say so far because you're still playing and you're still doing well, so you definitely got some more years left in you. But anyway, you made your senior debut for Rosario Central in 2005, which that was your local club, right? Because you were born in Rosario.
Yeah. It's a local team there. I'm a fan of them also. So it was a dream to play as a pro for the team.
Yeah, we know that Argentines, they love their local league as much as they enjoy seeing Lionel Messi play in Barcelona. We've seen how their fans get when their local clubs do well, especially in Copa Libertadores when they had that River Plate Boca Junior final. So very passionate country.
But Messi is from Rosario too. But he's from the other team, so I don't like him so much.
Oh yeah, a lot of the big clubs, they share the same city, so it can get a little bit territorial.
Yeah.
So around 2007 is when you started to get established playing time as a regular player. You played both center defense and left back. You had loans to San Martin de Tucumán in, I believe, the second division at the time. And you also had loan spells at Oriente Petrolero and Blooming in Bolivia, where you played very regularly and you did well there. What was it like playing in Bolivia? That was your first taste of football outside of your home country.
Yeah, it was my first experience out of my country. It was a tough year because, you know, in Bolivia has a lot of cities with altitude, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a really tough place to play because it's totally different, you know. But it was a nice experience. Two big clubs with a lot of fans, and it was a nice first experience to play.
Yeah, that was really cool. And then you made your venture into Europe. You played with Dox Katokopias in Cyprus from 2010 to 2011, and then Aris Limassol in 2011-2012 season. So when everyone dreams of Europe, they think of there's a certain amount of leagues, but Cyprus is a pretty interesting league. We've seen Apoel, they made to the Champions League a few times. So how was it like in Cyprus?
It was amazing. Cyprus it's a beautiful island with nice people, nice beach. The weather is amazing. So it was like being for a year and a half in holidays. We were there just with my wife, no kids. So we enjoyed a lot. Because it's a really beautiful place for life.
Oh, so when did you meet and then marry your wife, if we may ask?
She's from my town too, from Rosario. She's a fan of Rosario Central, so I know her in the stadium. We were also in the same part of the stadium, you know. So one day we were happy after a victory, and I started to talk to her, and you know, here we are with two kids after living in 7 different countries. So we have a nice family. It's a nice story.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's a nice story straight out of the movies. Like, it feels really sweet. And the reason I asked that as well is because that provides us with some context. So while you're going to all these different countries and clubs, you have your wife with you every step of the way, which must have made the transitions a lot easier.
Yeah, of course, because she's always behind me. She's always supporting my decisions, and soccer players sometimes we have to take decision, and I'm so happy with my career. Always I like to take a new challenge. That's why I play in different countries, different cultures. So here we are. I'm 34 already, and I'm still enjoying every day to go for trainings and the adrenaline before games. So I'm still enjoying.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then your next two stops in your career, Universidad de Concepción from 2012 to 2015, and then Saprissa in Costa Rica from 2015 to 2016, with Universidad being in Chile. You won the 2013 Primera B title with Concepción, and you won the Primera División de Costa Rica title with Saprissa in 2015. Every player dreams about lifting silverware, regardless of what league it is. It's always an incredible accomplishment. Can you describe in a few words how that felt, having that milestone in your career?
Yeah, of course. The lift trophies is the best, as a player. It's the target that every player has when signed for a team. I was so lucky in Costa Rica because I had the chance to score in the final. It was in a game away against the Derby team, so it was a really special moment, one of the best in my career, definitely, because that goal let us we live with the trophy, we become a champion after that goal, so it was a really special moment.
So when you say Derby, do you remember if that was Herediano or Alajuelense?
Alajuelense.
There we go.
It was Alajuelense, yeah. So it was a tough final. We won at home and then we went away, and I scored the first goal. So with that goal, we already won the game. So it was really special.
Right. Yeah. Alajuelense, Herediano, and Saprissa, they form the big three in Costa Rica. So playing for one of those three clubs, that's really fun.
Yeah. They fight every season. They fight for the title. It's big difference with the other teams.
Right. And we noticed in CONCACAF Champions League, when they play the Liga MX teams or MLS teams, they're not easy victories. Like, they give fight.
Yeah, I had the chance to play against America, against Santos Laguna, over there, So of course, Liga MX has more level, has more money but it's not easy for them to go to Costa Rica because Costa Rican fans are crazy, like Argentina. They're so patient in the stadium, so it was really nice.
All right, and then we will talk in more detail with San Jose Earthquakes, but of course you spent the 2016 and 2017 seasons there, and your recent clubs, Club Guarani in Paraguay. You spent 2019 with Deportes Iquique with Chile, and then from 2020 until the present, you now play for San Luis de Quillota, which is in the second division of Chile.
It's in second division. Yeah, it's a traditional first division team, but they had some financial troubles a few years ago. Now the owners are from Argentina. They are from Rosario too. So they called me to come here to try to help the team to come back to first division. So it's a nice challenge ahead.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I talked to my friends here in the United States that while playing in the top division can be a lot of fun too, that there's some pretty historic clubs around the world that aren't currently in the top division. And we just saw last season, we saw Leeds United come back to the Premier League after a long absence.
Long time,
and it really improves the league as well to have a big name there. So I'm sure you'll do well at your current club.
Yeah, of course. The level is high, especially because when you have relegations, if you have just one, for example, Quakes, if you have relegation this year, for sure can be in trouble, So that make the league to try to spend money, to try to sign better players, and that put the level higher.
Yep.
All right. So thank you so much for that section. Favi and I came up with several questions ourselves that we'll start asking you. Since I spoke for a while, Favi, you can take the first two questions.
No worries. Yeah. So, I mean, sometimes, Andres, being viewed as a journeyman player can be seen as a negative. But what are some positives that playing for many clubs and many countries has given for you?
Yeah, as I said before, I always like it to take a new challenge. For example, when I was in Saprissa, they offered me after that title that we talked before to sign another 2 years contract, and I say no, I wanna let me think about it for a few weeks, and then San Jose called me, and I say for San Jose, and I moved to USA. When I was in Cyprus, as I said before, I was like in holiday, but I feel like came back to South America to play in first division team. They offered me a good contract, and I say to my wife, hey, let's go closer to our home, new challenge. It's a matter of what you like, and I like challenge. So as I said before, I'm really happy with my career until today.
Awesome.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate that, because there's so many different players and every player is different, and sometimes playing with one team your whole career can be the right choice for you and for you personally, as well as in a football level. Sometimes it's not always the case, and whichever way you choose to follow your path is valid. So I'm glad it panned out.
Also because I'm lucky, that I have a family behind me that they support me. Sometimes a family say, hey, no, I don't want to move, I don't want to go to, I don't know, to overseas, different culture, different language. But my wife always says, hey, I will go behind you, we prepare our suitcase and let's go.
Right. Awesome. And Favi, you can relate to that a little bit, right?
Yeah. Me and my wife are moving to Japan in a month, so it's gonna be a challenge.
It's one of the places that I always try to make contact, because Japanese culture it's been amazing. I have a friend that was playing there for a year and a half, and he's in love. He wants to come back with his wife to live in there, when he stopped soccer as a soccer player, he want to go back to Japan. So you're gonna enjoy it for sure.
Oh, thank you. What team was he on? Do you know the team?
I forgot.
No, it's okay.
I can't remember right now, but I will let you know later.
Yeah. I'm gonna take you with me, Andres. You come play for Kobe with Iniesta, and
sounds good. But I'm gonna be the captain. I'm gonna be the captain, not Iniesta.
Sounds good. That's perfect.
Yeah.
I'll go up to him myself and be like, "This is the guy right here, Andres. This is your guy, okay?"
Yeah. There's this one player, Kazuyoshi Miura. He is 53 years old, still playing in the Japanese First Division in the J League. So if you want to continue playing in your career, that could be a good move.
Yeah. It will be good. It will be good. So I have already the contact for. You're gonna be my agent over Japan.
Do we have another special guest with you? Who's that with you? Is that your daughter?
Yeah, they are here. They are, with this virus, everything is different. They go to the bed.
Hola.
Too late. They have to be. They must be on the bed already. So, but they have no schools. No obligations in the morning, so everything is hard.
You never stop being a dad, right? No matter what time.
Yeah. It's
How
crazy.
old are they?
It's crazy.
How old are they?
I have a boy. He's American. He born in San Jose. He's already 4. And my daughter he born here in Chile. She's 7.
Okay.
Okay. That's great.
For the boy, since he doesn't take up an international slot, I have Jesse's phone number on the line. Okay. So
Yeah. Okay.
academy already.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah. For sure. That. Well. Okay. For example, when San Jose called me, I have an agreement for with the Argentinian team.
Wow.
And I said to my wife, "Hey, I having an offer from USA. What we do?" She was pregnant,
Yeah.
and she said, "Oh, it's a nice offer, Go to USA. Our boy will have an American passport. Will be good for his future. So we decide to move, So as I said before, I'm really lucky to have my wife behind me.
Yeah. So when you were talking about that with your wife, and did you hear anything about MLS before? Like, what did you think of MLS in Argentina? Like, what did you think at the time when you were playing in Saprissa in Costa Rica? Like, what did you think of MLS?
I always like to watch MLS games. Always. Since I was really young, like 15, 16. I remember when Henry was playing for. Cuauhtémoc Blanco was playing there. Yeah, and I remember that I watched Chicago Fire. That Chicago Fire was really nice. So always was in my mind to move to USA, and I have lucky to get an offer from the Quakes.
Yeah, what would you say to other people that were in your mindset? How would they reach out to? How do they get the eye of an MLS team? How do they get in contact with someone?
I think it's totally different, since a year and a half ago until today, many Argentinian players are going to USA because it's a really good place today. Forget about the life. The life for Argentina and USA is much better than Argentina. Argentina is in a really critical situation right now, and for the guys that probably doesn't have a European passport, go from Argentina to USA is a first step, for them. It's a big first step, before go to Europe. So I think MLS is growing up, as you know, and also in Argentina. In Argentina now, every weekend you can watch 4 or 5 games every weekend. So people start to know more about the league.
Yeah, and I mean, Matias Almeida being Argentino as well. Does he?
Matias, Tata Martino. I think Tata Martino was the guy that started to promote the league, more because he made an amazing job over there, and everybody started to talk about the MLS.
Right. In a sense, you were a trendsetter because you came to MLS before this large wave of the last 2 years of Argentines.
Yeah, but I know personally, I'm a soccer guy, and I know about the league. I know that they have everything to be one of the top league in the world. I have no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I know that in another 5 years, in my opinion, in another 5 years, MLS will be behind the top leagues like Germany, Spain, Italy. Will be MLS, no doubt.
Right.
Because they have everything. They have everything. They have money. They have infrastructure. They have fans already. So it's a matter of time to become a top league.
The one thing we are missing, I mean, as Quakes fan, is that Arab owner, right? That's what we're missing. Little spending money.
Right. I think right now MLS is finding their groove as they're a place for both players who are experienced, who have played in some of the more well-known leagues, that they can find a new challenge, as well as younger players now to start developing and playing against professionals as well. And maybe with some recent moves such as Miguel Almiron coming from MLS and then now playing in the Premier League, stuff like that they can be sort of like Netherlands, Turkey, Portugal, where they're that next step before the bigger leagues.
Yeah, because many Argentinian guys has European passport. We have, for example, I have an Italian. So go to to USA. It's a good first step to then fly to Europe, you know. So also the teams are offering very good money for Argentinian clubs. So it's a matter of time. It's a matter of time to become a top league, no doubt.
Right.
So really quickly, Andres, when San Jose contacted you, how did they do it? How did they get your number?
When I was playing for Saprissa here in Chile before in 2013, I played with Jimmy Maurer. He's Dallas goalkeeper.
Oh, okay.
He was my teammate here in Chile in 2013, and he didn't talk Spanish, you know. So I help him a lot here, you know, because it's not easy when you move, when it's a new experience for you.
Right.
So I help him a lot, and then I still in touch with him. One day when I was playing for Saprissa, after a game against Santo Laguna, I got a text from him. And he said, hey, I was watching your game. You play fantastic. Congrats for the victory. I was watching the game with my agent here in USA.
Wow.
And he asked me if you are interested on sign him an authorization for him to be your agent here in USA. Oh, yeah, I like the idea. And then after 2-3 days, I signed him an authorization, and he started to be my agent over there. He was in touch with San Jose staff. There was Steve Ratson, Dominic Kinnear, and I got an offer. Steve Ratson fly to Costa Rica.
Oh wow!
To watch semifinal and final. But he was there to watch another teammate of me, another Costa Rican guy. And I had a fantastic game there. I scored in the final, and I played really, really well in the other games. So I was really lucky, you know.
You stole the limelight. You stole the eyes of the scout.
Yeah. He was watching. In soccer, happen a lot of time. This kind of thing. He was watching another player, but I play well. They need a guy on as a center back. They need to sign a center back, and I was lucky to be there.
That's awesome. Okay.
Right. It's a great story. Yeah, Steve Ralston, one of the pioneers of MLS in its earlier days. So it's a great person to be friends with.
Yeah, amazing guy. He was. I was really close with him, and I'm still in touch with him. He's an amazing human, amazing coach, and hopefully we can see him soon again in MLS. I think he's working on the national teams under 20 or under 23. But he's an amazing coach, so I hope to see him soon again in the league.
Right. Yeah, you know what's really funny about your transfer coming in? We never really hear about Quakes players coming in. For some reason, your transfer, there was a lot of buzz. A lot of people knew for some weird reason that you were coming in. Maybe it's because you followed the Twitter a little early or something like that, and people realized.
Yeah, I made a mistake. I remember that one guy from Mexico followed me on Twitter, and he asked me, hey, are you coming to San Jose? And I say yes, you know. So he started a rumor. He started a rumor over there, and not even the social media from the team presented me, and everybody knows about it, you know. But but it was funny. It was funny because I really enjoyed my time over there.
Did you get in trouble at all?
No. People say, hey, try to don't say anything about it because everybody's asking about you. But it was a matter of time. I was in Argentina making the paperwork with my visa and that. Yeah. The deal was done, so no troubles.
Oh, that's good. That's funny. Yeah. I remembered that because I was like, we never hear about anything, but with Andres, we do.
Yeah. So recently, the San Jose Earthquakes participated in the MLS's back tournament, and this was still at the time where a lot of leagues were trying to get things restarted due to the COVID-19 situation. Did you follow the MLS's back tournament? And if so, what did you think of the San Jose Earthquakes' performance in that tournament?
Yeah, I watch every game. If I can, I watch always.
Yeah.
I watch the games. In MLS in Orlando, the team was pretty well. I think that part of the game that they were in the bubble, together 24 hours a day. And this is one of the best skills of Matias as a coach, to try to make a group, to try to make a team like a family.
Right.
So that was really good for the team, and that because they made an amazing tournament. And I think they deserve to play a final, or at least to be in that final game. But this is soccer, and sometimes it's not enough.
Right. Yeah, and it would have been great to see them in the final, but at the same time, I just remember thinking, I thought maybe they get to the round of 16, and then they at least got to the quarterfinals, which was a respectable finish. And it was a very unpredictable tournament. There were some traditional bigger clubs in MLS that people thought were favorites to win this tournament that went out earlier than expected. And then you had a final of Portland versus Orlando, which definitely wasn't expected.
Yeah, but this season is not normal, because you stop training for 3-4 months, then you come back, you have 2-3 weeks training, and then you play every 3 days in Orlando with that weather, So the teams that has bigger rosters, I think that they make the difference, because there was a lot of injuries, a lot of no time to recover, because it's not easy to play every 3 days in that weather. And I think that that was one of the things that not favorite teams go to finals.
Right. What do you think about Matias Almeida as a coach, whether it be specifically in San Jose or including his previous jobs at River Plate, Banfield, or Guadalajara? What do you think of him?
I think Matias is top 3 coaches in Argentinian coaches today, no doubt. He was successful in River. He was really well in Banfield. He was amazing job in Chivas. And now, okay, he's not getting the result that everybody as a Quake fan will want, but I think that he has another long time to make his project. He always talk about the project. That's why he signed a lot of years with the team. And I'm still confident about him because he already proved that he's an amazing coach.
Right. And I definitely appreciate you hearing that, because right now with this slump that the San Jose Earthquakes are in, it can be easy to just go completely negative, but it's nice to put things back in perspective and see the bigger picture, which that perspective is definitely appreciated.
Yeah, of course. Nobody likes the result that the team is getting, but I'm more than 100% sure that he doesn't like it too. I know that he can sleep for sure. In the last 20 days, he sleeps at 2-3 nights. I'm 100% sure, because he's a passion guy. You can see him always worry about the team, always worry about to get that family so close. Unit, So I hope that in the last part of the season, the team can improve, can get better results, and see what's happened in the transfer window in December, in January, when he can make some changes, he can take decisions and try to get better next year.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I definitely still have faith that Almeida can turn it around, particularly because I saw him firsthand be successful in my Liga MX team, Chivas de Guadalajara. So I'm still not throwing in the towel yet. what did you enjoy most about living in San Jose?
Oh, we felt like home with my family there. That's why I'm still in touch with everybody over there. We made a lot of friends. The fans make us feel really well. As I said before, my wife was pregnant there, and the team, the staff, the front office staff really help us with everything. And these kind of things sometimes it's not easy to be lucky, and that thing make us feel like home. But definitely the weather over San Jose, it's amazing. We enjoyed a lot, and I hope to be back someday.
All right, that's great.
Was there enough Spanish speakers to feel at home? Did you have to use your English too much?
Sorry, I didn't listen.
Yeah, was there enough Spanish speakers in the area, or did you have to use your English a lot?
Yeah. We live in a complex with people from different nations, and we enjoy it a lot. So I always try to talk with English with American people, because I want to improve my English.
Okay.
So I try to talk in English basically. Also in the locker room. In the locker room, I didn't sit with the Spanish guys. I tried to sit with Shay, with Fataya Lashe, with Quincy, with Titi, because I need to improve my English.
That's good.
Okay. So
right.
Can you tell me a little? Sorry, Fabi. Can you tell me a little bit about? Did you said you played in continental competitions? I know you mentioned the CONCACAF Champions League, and did you play any Libertadores or Copa Sudamericana games?
Yeah, I play in Rosario Central. I play Sudamerican, and then in Bolivia I play Libertadores Cup too.
Wow.
Okay. What was your favorite continental game that you played in your career?
Definitely was in Estadio Azteca against America. It was with Saprissa, because when I go into the Estadio Azteca, it's like that you can watch up, and and the stadium never get the finish.
It never ends. Yeah.
It's too big. So it was a big crowd on the stands, and I really enjoyed it. And then for Rosario Central, I played also in Bombonera, against Boca Junior. It was a big game because I don't know if you remember, but Roman Riquelme, a big player, a big player,
definitely
come back to Boca. That was the first game that he played for the team again, and I was lucky to play there, and also was amazing that game.
Yeah, so if you had to play one more game in either competition, which team would you want to play against and why?
With Rosario Central, against Newell, I want to play. I want to play a derby. I want to play a derby. Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely, that's a good answer. So, at 34 years old, have you started to think about what your future might hold when your playing days do end? Do you have an idea, like maybe you want to be a coach or a scout or something, or are you just focused like I'm still playing? I just care about playing my next game.
No, I'm focused on still playing, and as I said before, I'm enjoy to wake up every day for trainings. But I know that this career has an end, someday finish, because it's the time go so fast, and I'm already 34. Thanks God, my body is healthy, I never had big injuries. But I'm preparing myself for the future. Last December I got my coaching license in Argentina.
Oh wow!
Congratulations!
Today, thank you. But today I'm not sure to want to be a coach. So I'm still enjoying to wake up every day and go for trainings and especially the adrenaline before the game. This is the thing that made me still enjoying to be a player.
Right.
So you said you were thinking about coming back to the United States. Would you play for like a team that's not an MLS? Would you play for like, let's say, an Oakland Roots or a Las Vegas Lights, a USL team?
Somebody told you something about it or what? Because
no, maybe.
Yeah, you have details. You have some details. I'm open for it. Last December, I was close to play for a USL team. Was a Colorado Switchback. Unfortunately, because different reasons, we didn't get the deal. But I'm still in touch with their coach, and now we have Oakland close to San Jose, so we will see what's happened.
Yeah, or Reno maybe. I mean, you would play still with the Quakes, right?
Yeah. Of course, we will see. We will see. We are so close to the end of the year, so I want to still play next year if I can.
Well, you gotta let us know. I mean, we're your fans, so you gotta let us know.
All right, you have to support the idea. You have to let them know to the owners of these kind of things.
That's true. That's true. We'll tweet at Oakland Roots. Sign Andres Imperiale right now. Let's do
it. Sounds good. You're gonna be the first fan of the team.
Yeah. So, as an Argentine, I'm sure you follow the Argentine national team. What is your perception of where their national team is at the moment? Because they had some close calls. They had some good World Cup runs, particularly in 2014 when they lost the final to Germany. Do you think that there's still, more left in this team with the core of Messi and Agüero and Di Maria? Or do you think that you're excited for the future, maybe?
I'm excited for the future, of course, because Argentina has really good players, really good young guys. For example, Lautaro Martinez in Inter Milan. But I'm still thinking that these players that you mentioned before, Messi, Agüero, Di Maria, deserve to win something with the national team. Yeah. They were so close three times in a row. Mm-hmm. They play the final. They lose by penalties. They lose in extra time. So right. Sometimes soccer is not fair. So I hope that these big guys lift a trophy before they retire.
Right. Yeah, and they are all accomplished players within the club level, but I know it would mean a lot for the entire nation of Argentina to get over that hump, and there's still time. I think that those players in particular, they haven't shown any signs of slowing down, so that's the good news.
Yeah, of course. I agree. So, as we said before, I hope that they can lift something before they stop being players.
Andres, would you be okay with them winning a Copa America? But they have to beat Uruguay first. I mean,
yeah, I know. They beat us at home. When we play, we make everything to lift the trophy at home, and they came to our house and they beat us by penalties. So Uruguay, I respect them because they are amazing. They are a country with just 3 million people, and they prepare players. It's amazing. I really respect them.
Oh. Yeah, they're another team that, especially during that time, they had a formidable attacking trio with Cavani, Suarez, and Diego Forlan. Yeah. And now you're seeing players like Federico Valverde and Lucas Torreira and Rodrigo Bentancur coming through.
Diego Rossi, right?
Diego Rossi. No, it's amazing. It's amazing. Uruguay, you can explain how a country with that amount of people make these amazing players, but it's respect for that country.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so we're moving on to the fan questions. Andres, we asked a couple of fans what they wanted to ask you, so we'll go ahead and go through a couple of questions, what they think. Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. So the first one comes from Matt3Leo from Twitter, and it says, "What position do you think a new transfer can make the biggest difference to the Earthquakes?" So, what position do you think they should bring in?
Oh, it's a tough question because I'm not sure about the contract ends at the end of the season. It's a question for Matias and Jesse, not for me. But I think that it's a tough question. It's a tough question. I think the Earthquakes has a good roster, and if they scout the key players, you know, in key positions, you know, they can improve a lot.
Right.
They have, as I said before, they have an amazing coach. They have an amazing fans. So I hope the next season we can get better results.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. So did you spend a lot of time getting to know the youth academy players during your time in San Jose Earthquakes? And did you foresee any of them growing to the extent they have as players so far? Some homegrown players such as maybe Gilbert Fuentes or Jacob Akanyavidje?
Yeah. I remember when Gilbert came to train with us.
Oh, wow.
When Chris Leitch replaced Dominic Kinier, and that kid is something special. That kid has a lot of potential, and I hope that Matias can give him some chances to try to go slowly, you know, step by step, because he's young. He's not probably like Cowell, you know, like he's already so big. Gilbert has a different body, you know, and you need to give him some minutes, but slowly, you know, step by step. But definitely, he has a lot of potential.
Yeah, definitely. He's still only 18 years old, so we'll definitely be seeing more of him in the future.
Yeah, you know, and this moment, you know, with under bad results, you know, it's not easy for kids to go into the field, you know, and try to be good, you know. So I think Matias is so smart in that position, you know, and he will give him minutes when the team make better performances.
Right. I remember I remember from my conversation with Victor Bernardez, I forgot to ask you this question. What was the hardest stadium to play in? I remember he said the Vancouver Whitecaps for some reason, because we always just lost at Vancouver. But what do you think the worst stadium to play in was?
Portland Timbers. Portland Timbers was a tough stadium. You know, their fans are crazy. They are always, the stadium is always full. You know, and they always have a very good team. You know, so I think that Portland is the toughest place to play away.
Okay, and then what was the hardest guy to guard in MLS that you can remember?
I think David Villa. David Villa was.
David Villa,
yeah, he was something different level. You know, his first touch, his control, something different.
Okay.
Yeah, you always worry with some of the big name European players that come to MLS if they view this as a vacation, but Villa certainly did not. He played with the same level of passion and talent as he had throughout his career.
Yeah, definitely. And he was, I don't know, probably 32, 33, and he's still running. He's still asking for the ball all the time. Definitely, he was a different level.
Yeah. So the next question we have is, what would we have to do for Pelado versus Imperiale asado off? So we know you like the carne asada.
Oh yeah, but I saw a lot of Matias pictures making the asado. So and he live in a town that the meat is really good there. So it will be a tough game, you know, if I try to compete against him. So. But we can do it someday. Why not?
Yeah. All right.
And then, so the next question comes from Trevor Wojcik. When you return to San Jose Earthquakes, would you rather coach the academy, be an assistant coach at San Jose, or work with Ian Russell in Reno?
Oof, nice question.
Our fans just give you the hard ones, right?
Yeah. They think highly of you.
Yeah, as I said before, I would love to go back to the Bay Area, and if it's to San Jose, much better, I think definitely not with the academy. It's not an easy job. You have to prepare yourself. I'm not ready. Probably in the future, but let's say I don't know, in 2 years I have to go and be a coach of kids. It's not an easy job. It's not an easy job because it's totally different to have training with professional guys or academy guys. You have to prepare yourself, and I'm not ready yet. So one of the other two options will be good.
Right. Yeah. And even if, you could pick a different option, like I remember when Chris Wondolowski, he missed one of the games last season due to suspension. He was in the crowd with the fans. So I can imagine you being in a similar position there too.
That the pass of on the stands will be a good position also.
Yeah. So Diego Medina on Facebook asks, what differentiates those that are really talented to those making it pro? How can you prepare yourself mentality to have a successful career?
Yeah, so being a soccer player is a tough career, because, for example, this is my experience, when I was 20, I have to take my suitcase and go to another country like Cyprus, different culture, everything different, and I have to be alone there for a year. Okay, my wife was with me, but I was away with my family, and I really miss them, But I know that become a soccer player was my dream, and my family was happy that I was there. So probably this is the toughest things of being a top player, a professional player. When you have to take decisions and go to some place and leave your friends, your parents, and all that stuff.
Okay. Thank you. So NVale08 from Quakes subreddit says, how do you feel to be considered one of the Quakes legends among fans despite spending a short time with the team?
I don't consider that. It's Quakes legend are other guys, like Muma, for example, that he was amazing. Like of course Chris Wondolowski. But I have something nice with them. As I said before, people over there made me feel like home. And I really miss them. And until today, after a couple years, I'm still watching the games. I'm still getting mad when we don't get good results. So you're gonna be on my heart for always, and I hope to be back someday. Why not?
So
thank you.
All the fans love you, by the way. So once you say Andres Imperiale, they're like, oh yeah, that's the guy that he invited everybody to an asado. I mean, like that goes down in Quake's history. So those
we have a really nice night that day. They eat a lot. It was an expensive night. But we enjoyed. We really enjoyed. So I hope that we can repeat someday.
Yeah.
All right.
So we got a question here from Rightful Chaff on the Reddit. Since you're also a defender, he wanted to know what your thoughts on the latest defender to the Quake squad, young Tanner Beeson, their super draft pick, and how you think he's adjusted so far. He played a couple games due to the injuries recently to San Jose Quake's backline.
Yeah, he made his debut against Cali Clásico in LA, tough moment, but I think he has a lot of potential. I really like the defenders that has a technique on their left foot. This guy definitely is really good with his left foot.
Oh, wow.
And I talked with Bruno Costa about him. They scout him for a long time.
Oh, wow.
He told me, and they have they are waiting for him. They are preparing him because they think that he has a lot of skills to be the defender in the upcoming seasons.
Oh, wow.
Right, I agree that it was definitely a tough game. It's like, okay, here you go. Here's your opportunity against our biggest rivals.
Yeah,
good luck.
Yeah, but as I said before, it's not easy when you are young, when you have to go to the field and play that kind of games, against, I don't know, for example, Pavon, that it's
right.
What a player. His experience, he's an amazing guy. So it was a tough, but I think he did a good job. And if he's smart and he has experienced guys next to him, like Kasia, like Florian, like Alanis, he can learn a lot of things, a lot of good things for his future.
Right.
What do you think about the man marking system, Andres?
I don't know if it's a man mark system. I think it's something different. You need a lot of training, and everybody has to be in the right spot. Because
right.
one mistake, you pay him. It's a tough system, definitely. And Matias still trying and still believing on it. So we have to trust that this system will give better results soon.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair enough. It's certainly an interesting system on this. And lastly, this user, Rightful Chaff, he wanted to compliment you on your determination to play so well when you returned from injury from a broken nose and an Earthquake shirt. So great stuff.
Yeah, but look, my nose doesn't look good after that.
It looks great. We can't even notice.
Yeah. I remember that I was out of the team for a lot of games, and I came back against Kansas City at home, and I broke my nose, and the doctor say, "Hey, no, you have to go out." No, I wanna play. Don't ask for a substitution. No, I will go back to the field, but look, my nose now doesn't look good.
Yeah.
Thanks God, I'm already married and I have kids, so.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, she already decided to stay with you. Turning back now.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So, all right.
Right. So Deep Slumps from Reddit asked, just wants to know that if you keep in contact with any of the Spanish-speaking guys on the club or any of the English-speaking guys on the club, like Godoy, Quintero, Ureña, Seren, Muma, things like that.
Yeah, I'm still in touch with a lot of people. With Muma, with Ureña, with Mati Perez Garcia too. And then from the American guys with Titi always, with Shay. As I said before, it was nice 2 seasons over there, and I hope to see them soon back.
Yeah, and that was also a similar question that Dom, our friend from Quakes After 90 podcast, asked. So a lot of fans will be pleased to hear that it really is kind of like a family. A lot of players come and go in MLS, but that bond you make when you play together is for real.
Yeah. I think that this is the best thing that Quake has, be a family and make you feel like home. So I hope that everything looks better in the future, and this family is still unit.
Right. And the last word from Deep Slumps, he wishes that you were still playing with San Jose Earthquakes because we could use more defenders.
Yeah, I know, but as I said before, we have to be patient, and to prepare ourselves for the future.
Right, that's totally fair. Go ahead, Favi. Next
Andres,
question.
What was your favorite moment as a Quake? There was a lot of them. There was the playoff game. There was the broken nose. What was your favorite?
No, definitely not the broken nose. I had to choose one. I think the Cali Clásico at the Stanford when Shea scored in the last minute.
Okay.
That was a special moment. It was the first game of Chris Leach on the bench, and it was a really nice game. And then I think when we won also in LA 3-0, when Wando scored and celebrate in front of their fans on the net. that moment was really nice too. I gonna take that to games.
Oh, great choices. Yeah, Shea Salinas, he is such a hard worker, long-time player with the San Jose Earthquakes. And even this season against the Vancouver Whitecaps, he had a game winner too. So he has a knack for scoring important goals.
Because he's this kind of professional guys that always is ready, always happy, always able for the team to try to help the team. No matter if he played 90 minutes, 50 minutes, 20 minutes. This is the kind of player that you always want to have on your team.
Right.
Andres, after the Cali Clásicos at Stanford, would you stay there with your family? Would you watch the fireworks? Did you feel like American at that moment? Because they always did a good show.
Yeah, we have a few pictures, and I always watch with my wife, and I say to her, "Look, that moment we always remember." And she say, "Hey, let's go back and to San Jose to repeat it."
Yeah. And would you say that the asada was your favorite moment with the fans?
Sorry?
So let me just rephrase the question. Look up page 7 asked, what was your favorite moment or interaction with a Quakes fan or fans that you remember?
Always after the home games, they were really nice with me. But I have a kid that always wait for me after the game, you know. So I'm still in touch with him. I send him every of my t-shirt when I sign for a new team. I send him my t-shirts.
That's awesome.
So that kind of moments are really special, you know, because you with the picture, you know, of signing an autographer, you can see a happy face of a kid, so it's really special.
And so that kid's grown up, right? So he's almost you've seen him grow up.
Definitely. He's so big, you know, so I can't carry him anymore.
And then so another one, Munoz on Fuego from Reddit asks, how difficult was it to mark Wando in practice? Did he take practice as seriously as games? Who were the toughest teams in the MLS for you?
Definitely Wando is that kind of players that you can give him 1 second, 1 meter, you know, because he scored, you know. So this was really tough to mark him on training. I always was happy when he played for me, you know, for my team on that games. And then what was the other question about the toughest?
What was the hardest team? The hardest team.
Okay. I think, as I said before, Portland, because they have really good quality on the team. They have Diego Valeri that for me is the best player in the league.
Oh, wow.
And when they play at home, they are so strong. So definitely Portland.
Yeah, we saw that. I mean, this last weekend, right? we saw good Diego Valeri acting like it was 2017.
Yeah, Diego is so smart player, you know. Always he read the game so fast, you know. He know where he has to wait for the ball, where his teammate make the movements, you know. He's for me is the best player in the league.
Yeah, Portland got a steal when they brought him in because he wasn't having a good time in Argentina, and they got this great talent just because of the situation in Argentina.
Yeah.
We have one last question from the fans. Jeff Vicas on Twitter asks, what's your favorite cut of meat or type of asado?
The what? The favorite?
Yeah, your favorite asado.
What's your favorite kind of meat or asado? Either one.
Oh, yeah, the ribs.
Okay.
Yeah. you know, from Uruguay, yeah, you have the good one too. Definitely the ribs. There in San Jose, you have a nice supermarket. The name is El Chaparral.
Oh wow!
It's really good. It's really good. Okay. It's not like Uruguay or Argentina, you know, but it's so similar. It's so similar. When I live in the complex over there in San Jose, I cook. I don't know, every week, you know, and
wow.
and everybody come to ask me, hey, what are you doing? And I say, try. Oh, taste it good, you know, and everybody asks about it. So I really enjoyed it.
Well, Andres,
awesome.
Thank you for answering all of our questions. We want to thank you for this interview. It's been a great time. And thank you for your hour. I mean, we truly appreciate it. You're beloved with Quakes fans, and we would like to have you on more if that move to the USL or if the move to the MLS comes again.
Okay. Thank you. It's my pleasure. I'm going to be here always for you and for everybody of the Quake family. And I hope to see you soon. Why not?
Yeah. Thank you so much. Muchísimas gracias. This is a lot of fun, and I can tell that you're a very passionate player and a person when it comes to this sport, and it's been a pleasure.
It's been my pleasure too. So congrats for the kind of podcast to be as a Quakes family, you know, to everybody involved on the same targets, you know. So still supporting the team, still supporting the club, that I think that we will get better results.
Right. No problem. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Bye, guys. Bye, you too. Bye.
Thank you. All right. Well, that was Andres Imperiale, and I couldn't have been more happier with that interview. It felt like just a conversation, talking to a good friend, and I think it's just what I've come to expect from these Quakes players so far in our 2 interviews we've had so far. That they're just that level of, they appreciate the fans and that they just easily relate to people.
Yeah, you know, Andres was really, really down to earth. I mean, it was talking like we were talking to a friend or even talking to a brother. I mean, it was nice. It was truly nice. It was really evident that he still is very passionate about the club, and he's very passionate about the United States, which I understand because his son is from the United States. And we got some good questions. I mean, we found out that he was about to sign for a USL team, so it'd be great to see Andres back in the United States and at least in the USL bubble.
Right. And even though he had a journeyman career, like as we learned, he played in some big games. He played for some big clubs for their respective countries. And he had his wife and his family every step of the way. You can't ask for much more with that kind of career.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, he had a lot of fun being a journeyman, so I wouldn't even put it against him because he liked taking that challenge. And I remember we had a question from Diego Medina, and he said the biggest thing is getting out of your comfort zone, is making sure you take that risk. Even if you're going to be away from your family and be away from everybody, that's going to help you mentally get to the next level and get to where you want to be in your professional career. If it's playing soccer or even if it's anything in life, like myself moving to Japan, it's going to help me mature a lot. I mean, I'm going to go to a brand new area, so we'll see.
Yeah, I think being comfortable with some uncertainty and some risk in life is a very good message for not just Quakes fans who are listening to this podcast, but anybody to keep in mind during this time. It's still a very difficult time for financially, work-wise, for a lot of people around the world, particularly still in the United States. And I think that is a very positive conversation that we had from both a real life and a Quakes perspective.
Yeah, and it was really late for him. So Andres, thank you. We really appreciate you coming on at like 11 o'clock at night for us to get this interview in. And he still has a very big heart for all these Quakes fans. I mean, what player is going to invite everybody to their house for an asado? Like, that doesn't happen. That's a certain type of guy, and it's a big heart.
Right. Yeah. That Chile / Maritime Canada time zone is pretty tricky, but he made it work, and we got to hear briefly from his kids in the background, and he's just I'm sure his family is having a great time and making the most of the extra time they've got to spend together.
Right. So just a little bit of housekeeping. We are going to be doing some more interviews with players. So this is kind of going to be like a little bit of a midweek special type of thing. We're still going to do our one time a week on Saturdays, at least release it on Saturdays. And then we're also going to be doing like some interviews. We have a couple of them lined up. I know we have Kevin Partita coming up at the beginning of October. I apologize. And then we also have two more interviews with Quincy. That's going to come up. He's a little busy right now because he's playing for Las Vegas Lights again, or now. And we have a pretty big interview coming up with a Quakes starter. And I don't know if we're going to say it just yet because he's a little busy because they're traveling all the time. Yeah. But we're going to keep that there. And then
Ivan, got to keep a little bit of mystery.
Yeah. And then Ivan, we also have some big news. Today we decided as a team that we are going to make a Patreon. So if you want to support us, everything that we make is going to be free. With our Patreon, it's going to be basically you get to see behind the scenes stuff. We're going to prioritize your questions. We're going to invite you on to the podcast. Basically what it comes down to is we're not in this for the money. We want to basically make this bigger. And the only way we kind of have been, bumping into some monetary problems. And if you guys want to support us and feel like you enjoy this podcast and you enjoy us being here and want us to be here for years, we would greatly appreciate it if you wanted to support us and help us grow the Quakes fandom and grow the Quakes media. Ivan, do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, we just want to emphasize that this is totally optional and voluntary, but greatly appreciated. It's a very interesting period in our lives. Mine personally, I can't speak in specifics for yours, Favi, but the bottom line is we're going to be all right, and we appreciate having this opportunity to reach out to the fans as often as we do through the Beautiful Game Network. And we just hope that through this Patreon that it can continue to improve the quality of our product for your enjoyment. And any support, whether you choose to support our Patreon or not, supporting this podcast just by watching it is still greatly appreciated. And I thank you.
Yeah, watch it, share it, like it. I mean, and subscribe. Smash that like button on YouTube because we're on YouTube now. But guys, we are extremely grateful. I wake up every day. I met a new friend. I made a great friendship with Ivan here, and I'm living my dream. I mean, I never thought I would have Andres Imperiale, Eric Calvillo on the podcast, as well as Dom. I mean, I grew up listening to Dom, so it's like this is all a dream to me, and I want to thank you guys for making that possible. And again, you don't have to support us with the Patreon. Your comments, your good vibes is perfectly fine as well.
All right. So with that'll be it for tonight. But we hope you enjoyed the interview as much as us, and we look forward to talking about the most recent two San Jose Earthquakes games in our next podcast.
Yeah, and we'll have another Quakes After 90 co-host on that. So we're definitely gonna have a good time, just like the Dom episode. So stay tuned. Go Quakes.